Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupagata Mahim Dadati Svapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalan Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Samadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Advaitamscha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarane Vanchakalpatrabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So I welcome you all to our systematic study of Vedic scriptures, in that we are in Bhagavad Gita chapter number 13. We will continue from the third part of this chapter. And before that, let's understand that this chapter is titled, what is it? Nature, enjoy nature and consciousness. So this chapter, we could say, is very, very important for us to understand our identity. And that is what we are calling as knower. But what do we want to know is the field of activities. What is that? That is nature. And in addition to these two, there is very important. What is that? That is knowable. Yeah. Is it all that the business of us is to know how best I can know about myself? No. It is actually to know about the knowable. Yeah? And the knowable is also with us, in this body. This is what we will be reading from this few verses now further. And then if there are any questions, any discussions, any interactive session, we can enable that. Yeah. So may I ask someone who would like to read this 13:23?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Can I read?
Yeah, Parth Prabhu.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, slok, verse 23. Upadrashtanumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwara paramatteti chapukta dehe hasmina purusha para. Upadrashtanumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwara paramatteti chapukta dehe hasmina purusha para. Translation. Yet in this body there is another, a transcendental enjoyer, who is the Lord, the Supreme Proprietor, who exists as the observer and permitter, and who is known as the Super Soul. Purport. It is stated here that the Super Soul, who is always with the individual soul, is the representation of the Supreme Lord. He is not an ordinary living entity. because the monist philosopher the monist philosophers take the knowers of the body to be one. They think that there is no difference between the super soul and the individual soul. To clarify this, the Lord says that he is represented as Paramatma in every body. He is different from the individual soul. He is para, transcendental. The individual soul enjoys the activities of a particular field, but the super soul is present, not a finite enjoyer, nor nor as one taking part in bodily activities, but as the witness, overseer, permitter, and supreme enjoyer. His name is Paramatma, not Atma, and he is transcendental. It is distinctly clear that the Atma and Paramatma are different. The super soul, the Paramatma, has legs, hands everywhere, but the individual soul does not. And because the Paramatma is the Supreme Lord, he is present within to sanction the individual soul's desiring material enjoyment. Without the sanction of the Supreme Soul, the individual soul cannot do anything. The individual is Bhukta or the sustained, and the Lord is Bhukta or the maintainer. There are innumerable living entities, and he is staying in them as a friend. The fact is that every individual living entity is eternally part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and both of them are very intimately related as friends. But the living entity has the tendency to reject the sanction of Supreme Lord and act independently in an attempt to dominate nature. And because he has this tendency, he is called the marginal energy of the Supreme Lord. The living entity can be situated either in the material energy or in the spiritual energy. As long as the condition, as long as he is conditioned by the material energy, the Supreme Lord, as his friend, the super soul, stays with him just to get out, to return to the spiritual energy. The Lord is always eager to take him back to the spiritual energy, but due to his minute independence, the individual entity is continually rejecting the association of spiritual light. This misuse of independence is the cause of his material strife in the conditioned nature. The Lord, therefore, is always giving instruction from within and from without. From without, he gives instruction as stated in Bhagavad Gita, and from within, he tries to convince the living entity that his activities in this material field are not conducive to real happiness. Just give it up and turn your faith towards me. Then you'll be happy. He says, thus the intelligent person who places his faith in the Paramatma or the Supreme Personality of Godhead begins to advance towards a blissful eternal life of knowledge. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Parth.
Hare Krishna.
So here we are talking about the qualities. In second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, you remember the qualities or characteristics of Atma. That is Jivatma. And here we understand the qualities of Paramatma. Upadrashtanumantascha bharta bhokta maheshwaraha paramatmeti chapi to desmin purusha paraha. So here we understand the position of the Lord, how he is facilitating us. And first here is Upadrashta, overseer, Anumanta, permitter. So let's understand this with a example, like if you are in an office, yeah, office campuses, we see that there is nice glass doors. We can also see there are wonderful canteens, cafeterias, there are fitness rooms, there are we call this meeting rooms. There are also all high class furniture that is available. All the facilities are there, isn't it? Satish Prabhu? Of course, with home office, we tend to see less, but yeah, we can see that there is a lot of lively, yeah, because people want to go back to working from office. That is more preferred than working from home. Home is quite boring. Yeah, you have the same four walls, one desk, monitor. Yeah, you cannot regulate yourself. So many reasons. In an office, on a in a campus, we have so many things. Along with that, there are colleagues. But there is something, not only this, but another important is you see there are cameras fixed all in very, very important places, isn't it? And what is the purpose of this? Anyone can say? Can anyone say? What is the purpose of these uh, cameras that are fitted in this campus along the doorways, inside the workplace?
Two perspective, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. One is security, and the next thing is also monitoring.
Yeah, security. So if just imagine that you don't know where are the cameras. You don't know where are the cameras, but the cameras are still watching you, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Or in shops, if we go, yeah, there are cameras which are kind of kept in every corner to see, hey, hope the customer who is visiting us, yeah, is under vigilance. And what is the purpose of such vigilance? Why is that required?
To avoid any shoplifting, Prabhuji, theft.
To avoid any shoplifting, okay. Yeah, others? I thought a question can warm up you all, so I just put this question and I brought an example that can help us connect more easily. You can answer more quickly.
Yeah, in the shop, it's the main purpose is to avoid any theft or to prevent any theft or to detect any theft. But for other reason, like in office campus, it's because I mean the reason behind is to monitor or to track the activity of the employee.
Okay. Yeah.
Also for confidentiality, because of competitors, to not to breach the confidentiality of the company. Maybe that is also one of the reasons.
Okay. Safety.
Yeah.
Safety, security.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. So, yeah. Others? To ensure that we enjoy happiness, isn't it? Is it only like, okay, that we may take away something or we may damage something? No, it is also ensuring that, yeah, workplace is safe to live. isn't it? There are smoke detectors for that purpose, but there's also these cameras which are checking, okay, if someone by chance had gone in, then the security team is looking, what is this happening? Something strange is happening. Oh, and ensuring what that we can work properly. No, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So ultimately, we see that it is, of course, company security, yeah, that is being taken care. But we can also see that that ensures also our security. It's not that okay. On one side, it is kind of seeing and it is allowing us what to do and also allowing stopping us what not to do, right? Yeah. It is not just only witnessing, yeah, right? It's not that only the cameras are there which are very passive, nothing is, yeah, come on. After all, there is a table, there is a chair, there is a light, so and so, there is also a camera. No, camera is doing more. Yeah, it's not just doing, it's also enabling the safety measures that are required. It enables the proper functioning of the campus, right? Others? Yes? No?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Yes? No? No? Yes? Everyone, wake up.
Yes,
Yes, Prabhuji.
yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Thank
Yes,
you. Oh, so nice. At least this question is answered. Now we can go forward. So here we are saying about that in this, yet in this body, there is another, a transcendental enjoyer. And now when we are talking about this camera, again, going back to the example of camera, is camera enjoying the office? Hmm?
No,
Maybe no.
Prabhuji.
No.
No, right?
No.
Camera is not enjoying, but it is enabling us to enjoy. Or if we are doing something dangerous, it's also enabling that it will stop us. But now here we are talking about this special arrangement of the Lord in the form of super soul. He is not just only witnessing what is happening, but he is overseeing. There are four characteristics or even more that are mentioned here. I think that we come into this. Yeah. Yet in this body, there is another, a transcendental enjoyer. Yeah. So here we see Upadrashta means overseer. What is the meaning of overseeing? Yeah, I think in our what do you call this CVs, we would have written that, hey, I oversee so and so responsibility of the project. What is the meaning of overseeing? I ensure that it happens. I ensure that everything, whatever is to happen, is taken care. That's what we mean. So if we see overseer, the Lord is overseer, not just seeing like a camera. The camera is what it's capturing and passing the data. It's passing the feed. It's passing the footage that is being saved. But actually, action is taken on that, and then ensure that the safety is maintained, the purpose is maintained, so that we feel home or we feel what we want. What is the purpose of working? Let's understand that this workplace is like a this world is like a working place. And because we are in the modes of nature, there are also different kinds of ways of our actions. Sometimes we do good, sometimes we do bad because of this, or because of what? I don't know if you guys got a chance to hear the, the recording that I've shared yesterday from Kadam Karan Maharaj. He says that a person, what he does is affected by what? Huh? So I think yet to listen, but I'll just give what he said is when it is because of guna and karma. Also in Bhagavad Gita, guna karma vibhagashaha, based on not only guna and not only karma, based on both of that, one is either Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, right? Guna karma vibhagashaha. So which means whatever that we are doing is enabled by two factors. One factor is what? Nature. What is our nature? Are we in the mode of goodness? Are we in the mode of passion? Or are we in the mode of ignorance? Or are we in the combination of all these three? Based on this, we are having a impetus to do something. But then just having this will not enable us to do that. But there also should be a facility of permitting us to do that. Huh? Just like Parth Prabhu wants to drive a truck. Yeah, he just has the desire. He has a nature. Wow. Yeah, I want to go on the highway on a truck which is having so many, what do you call this? Wagons in the back. I want to drive. But if he doesn't has permit, can he drive? Parth Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
You may want, I don't know whether you like to drive trucks, but I was just giving a example. Yeah. Or maybe let's put Satish Prabhu who wants to drive a Porsche. Come on. Yeah. Just having a desire doesn't bring anything. Right? He needs to get his driving license, he needs to buy a Porsche, and then he needs to have that registration on his name, then he can drive. So just by guna, by nature, we can't do. That's why what is happening? We breach permits, right? For example, you're supposed to allow only in the third floor of this campus. This is what security says. Then, but in that, at least in Vodafone, there is this topmost building on which topmost floor where it is only for the executives. It is a launch where dine and meet things happen or innovative things happen, but not everyone has access to it. But I am quite eager. I want to go to that floor because I heard about it. It's let me go. How? I don't have pass. Let me find a way. Yeah. And then what we do, if we do something illegal, then we are caught. So ensuring everything works as per law of nature, that we follow the law of nature is done. What is it called? Overseeing. Upadrashta. And upadrashta means to oversee, and allow one to perform is anumanta, give permission. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are coming from identity background. I work day in, day out in that. So there are two terms. One is called authentication, the other one is called authorization. Of course, these are typical bank terminologies also, or in any other areas. What is the difference between authentication and authorization?
Authentication is proving the identity, and authorization is having privilege to do some work.
Permission. Yeah. Yeah. So one is that your login credentials. Yeah, if we want to understand username and password, that is giving access to that domain. After getting access to the domain, are you able to watch everything? No. You're still allowed to watch that subscription. Okay, this is a nice example. If you have this OTT, right? It's called over there. I don't forgot. Anyway, so one is the access where you can have access to free after you log in. And then after logging in, then you have permit for particular subscription. Then only you can watch, you can see. So we see that with overseeing, the Lord is also actually what is he doing? He's permitting. And then what is important is that this Paramatma, we are talking about Paramatma who is inside. When we can reach to the verse 33, then we discuss about it. But here in 23, the characteristics is Upadrashta, Anumantacha, Bharta, Bhokta, Maheshwaram. Here, there are first, he is an overseer and he is also permitter. Very important to understand this. Otherwise, we may think that there is a scope that I can do whatever I want. After all, I have free will. But this free will, yeah, is like your desire to go into a particular floor of a campus, but still there is an access door where you have to swipe your access. If it permits, then you can go in. That is what is permitting. The Lord Super Soul is doing that. And Bharta, yeah, there are two words, yeah, which at least in Telugu we hear. Also, I think in Tamil, it's one of the loan words from Sanskrit and some other languages. There are these two words, Bharta and Bharya. Bharta means a master. Bharya means actually servant. Oh, so there is a combination. Of course, in the name of equality, nowadays, Bharta or Bharya are just used for calling to say about a relationship, husband and wife. Husband and wife are equal, husband, yes. But in true meaning, what actually Bharta is, here we see Super Soul is Bharta. So in that sense, we understand that who is the master. We are maybe a very, very, what do you call, minute, infinitesimal masters, but the real master is a Super Soul who is with us, Bharta. And then when he is the master, he is obviously the supreme enjoyer. Master means one who enjoys. Servant is one who is offering the enjoyment, who is serving. Yeah. So here the other qualities of the Super Soul is Bhokta. We are only Bhuktas. Bhukta, Bhokta. This is also in the purport we'll discuss. And then he is Maheshwara. Ishvara means what? Controller. Maheshwara is supreme controller, the supreme Lord. Ishvara means Lord. Maheshwara is the supreme Lord. And then who is that? Paramatma. And yet in this body there is another transcendental enjoyer who is the Lord, the supreme proprietor, who exists as the overseer and permitter, and who is known as Super Soul. So if you want to understand the nature of the Super Soul, what is the activities of the Super Soul? What are these activities? To oversee what we are doing and give permission. That's why we may think that in this room, it is only I am present. In this body, only I am present. Because of this illusion, what we are doing is we are carrying out so many. I think, please check your mics if you are on mute. So we may think that it's only I am, and then we may do whatever we think. But we should also understand that along with me, there is also Paramatma who is there. And what is he doing? He is recording every moment, every event. And then he is deciding based on our karma. From the 5th canto of Bhagavatam, what did we read? Ajarasa Prabhu, when we went to Dusseldorf home program on that Namakaran day, what will happen? Based on our karma.
Yes, Prabhuji, yeah. Karma plays the role.
Say again, we didn't hear you. Well,
I don't remember exactly, Prabhuji, but you were explaining about the karma, that based on the karma, we get the result.
okay. Yeah. So there is in the last chapters of 5th canto a description about all kinds of hells. Yeah. And based on our karma, we get either elevated or we may go to hellish planets. And in that description, it is mentioned because Parikshit Maharaj, is asking, what is the purpose if we don't do atonement? After doing atonement, again, if we don't purify our consciousness, we will commit again sin. So all this observing, who is observing it is in the form of Paramatma. He is with us, who is recording everything what we are doing, ensuring that are we really still in an illusory world. I think that purport, this or the next one will give you more. So in that way, the super soul is always present. It's not only me. And the beauty is that the soul and the super soul are in this body, and still they are not part of this body. They are present in the body, and because of the nature of these two, just like if you see, if you mix mercury in water, what will happen?
Nothing will happen.
Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen.
Mercury will be precipitated down the water.
Yeah.
No reaction.
No reaction. Okay. The nature of mercury is that it doesn't touch. And if you see, another example is the water droplets on the leaf, lotus leaf. We can see that this droplets are on the leaf, but they are not touching, isn't it? Why? Because if you just dust away this leaf, droplets on the leaf is still dry. And now we go into further understanding about the super, because the monoist philosophers, monoist philosophy is that one Atma. There is no two kinds of Atmas. One Atma only. What is that Atma? Bhagavan. If it is in small, we are not realizing that. After I realize that this Atma is, after I realize there is Atma, that Atma is nothing other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That means in this body, there is no second Atma, there is no Jivatma. The Jivatma itself is Paramatma, and Paramatma itself Jivatma. So this is the philosophy of monotheistic understanding. But it's not right. Why? Because Krishna is declaring that in the same body there is another Atma. To clarify, the Lord says that he is represented as Paramatma in every body. He is different from the individual soul. He is Para, transcendental. The individual soul enjoys the activities of a particular field, but the super soul is present not as finite enjoyer, nor as one taking part in the bodily activities, but as witness, overseer, permitter, and supreme enjoyer. So, here, this is the nature of the super soul. His name is Paramatma, not Atma. And he is transcendental. It is distinctly clear that Atma and Paramatma are different. The super soul, Paramatma, has legs and hands everywhere, but the individual soul does not. And because the Paramatma is the Supreme Lord, he is present within to sanction the individual soul's desiring material energy. Without the sanction, Anumanta, without the sanction, the individual soul cannot do anything. The individual is, what is he? Bhukta, or sustained. So we are maintained by what? By the Supreme Lord. And the Lord is Bhukta, or maintainer. There are innumerable living entities and he is staying in them as friend. So this is first understanding. The fact is that every living entity is eternally part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and both of them are very intimately related as friends. So we should not be scared. Oh, okay, if there is a camera, what will he? Oh, I think he will know all my secrets. If he know my secrets, then my plans are in danger. I won't be. Oh, he will know everything about me, how bad I am. So we feel that, oh, he is not my friend, he is my enemy, right? Isn't it? The purpose of these cameras is to provide safety, but we understand that, oh, this safety is too much, that it's breaching my privacy. When my privacy comes, I prefer that. Hello. Yeah. If you're not talking, can you all please go on mute and please check time to time. Otherwise, I just have to check, set again, get into topic again.
Sorry.
Sorry. So I was saying about that on one side, the purpose of this security system is to facilitate safety, that we can very joyfully perform our duty. But we say, oh, come on, every day. After all, I go to office not just to perform my duty. I want to socialize. I want to enjoy. I want to. And when we think that this camera system is not right, what do you call this? Street lights, right? In India, there are street lights where there are big cameras that are set up to check on theft. But who will be disturbed more? It is the thieves who will be disturbed, and they want to break them, and then so that they break the street light, they break the camera setup, everything. They become more rebels. But what is happening? The purpose is we are not. The purpose of these cameras is to ensure law and order, that we follow the law of the government. Similarly, the Lord is ensuring that there is this law of nature, and we are following the laws of nature. And as long as we understand that I am the Jiva Atma, and my purpose is, I am superior energy. I think that also comes marginal energy. That's why we are called marginal energy. That material nature is in my at my disposal for a purpose. If we don't understand, then we are in repetitions of this birth and death. I don't know if that is clear. Yes. The fact is that every living entity is eternally part and parcel of the Lord, and both of them are very intimately related as friends. It all depends how we see whether he is a friend or not. One who is giving good advice, whether it is a servant, this is what is very important. When we are humble, then we understand whatever advice we are given is helpful. When we are not humble, we know Vibhishan is younger brother of Ravan. And when Vibhishan, though he was speaking correct, Ravan was always thinking, I am great, I am great. After all, I am great, which means Vibhishan cannot be correct. I should not, I don't have to listen him. So that nature, there is no friendship relationship. And then one doesn't take to advice, and then one has to suffer. Even in our own life, we can see our own family lives, we can see, when the good advisors come, then we accept them. But the living entity has a tendency to reject the sanction of the Supreme Lord and act independently in an attempt to dominate nature. So, after all, nature is inferior and we are superior energy. And because he has this tendency, he is called the marginal energy of the Supreme Lord. We are just marginal energy, but we are not equivalent to the Supreme Lord as complete enjoyer of everything. The living entity can be situated either in the material energy or in the spiritual energy. As long as he is conditioned, then he is in the material energy, which means when we are thinking, I am this body, which is matter, all our activities are inferior, which means we are not doing things properly. The Lord is always eager to take him back to the spiritual energy, but due to his minute independence, the individual entity is continually rejecting the association of the spiritual light. So what is happening is, because we don't like it, we don't appreciate the Lord as present in our heart. Oh, we have to be careful. The Lord is the one who is the supreme enjoyer. We should give him all our service. We should offer him our services. So, but then if I'm doing everything for the Lord, what is there for me? It's very, very hard to understand, because we say that I am not just a thing to be used. I am a living being. I am that. I am this. So, which means I have consciousness. This is also what comes next. I have the consciousness, and with the consciousness is what I'll be able to tell who I'm able to experience feelings. Uh, a table cannot experience pain, pleasure, but I am able to experience pain and pleasure. So, which means I am enjoyer. I am enjoying or suffering. So these are the experiences that I am going through. So which means I am superior. But we still identify ourselves with the body. How to enjoy? Enjoy by what? By using our body to seek sensual pleasure from the sense objects. So that is what we are thinking is enjoyment. And in that process, what we are doing is we are even rejecting, or we are using our minute freedom to get more bound up in this conditioning. This misuse of independence is the cause of his material strife in the conditioned nature. The Lord is therefore always giving instruction from within and from without. So the Lord is still telling, it's not like, okay, he has left us in this world with no idea what to do, and we have to find our own seeking process, go deep into meditation, try to understand who am I, differentiate ourselves with the body and all. No, he has also given us the science how to. So he's giving also instructions from within as Paramatma. He is, sometimes we don't know why we have gone to a temple. Yeah. Do we think that it is because just we have done some karma? Or do we think that someone has given some prasadam, that is the reason? Some mercy has come? No, it is the Paramatma who is allowing us that we want to go to temple. Even sometimes our desire may not be there, but karma will take us. Or sometimes our karma is not there, the desire will take. But once we come to temple, when we use both our desire and our facility due to karma, right? Whatever we have done, because of which now we got this body, or we got this facilities that we can use. So when one uses both of them, then he can advance rapidly in Krishna consciousness. The Lord is therefore giving instructions. From without, he gives instruction as stated in Bhagavad Gita, and from within, he tries to convince the living entity that his activities in the material field are not conducive to real happiness. As soon as some advice is coming to our mind from our heart, we just do not want to accept it because this is conflicting with my interest. What is it? No, it is not so priya for me. No, Lord is giving only Shreyas. No, I want actually priya. Because of this conflict, what we tend to do is, no, come on. After all, I want to enjoy now, immediately. For immediate happiness, I'm ready to give up what is right, what is wrong. I just want immediate happiness. And this is what is called, when we go to 17th chapter, there is whole description of what is the faith, how people behave in mode of goodness, mode of ignorance, mode of passion. In the mode of passion, people take poison, not knowing that it is poison. What is that? By taking whatever is coming to mind and doing it immediately. Whereas in the mode of goodness, whatever is poison, seems to be poison, they take that and enjoy eternity. What is that? Whatever is hard labor, whatever is difficult, whatever is not so tasty, they take it now because it is said in the Shastras. And by following that, what are they doing? They are clearing off from the cycle of birth and death and getting freedom. So just give it up and turn your faith toward me, then you will be happy, he says. Thus, the intelligent person who places his faith in the Paramatma begins to advance toward a blissful eternal life of knowledge. Okay, come to the end of this purport. Any questions? Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. One question. So you mentioned two roles of the super soul, na?
Yeah.
And we also see, Prabhuji, the yogis who also meditate on super soul. So is that they exchange some feelings with the super soul, or some exchange of the, yeah, maybe some loving services with super soul, apart from these two roles?
From which two role you mean to say?
I think you mentioned observer, na? He makes sure the permission he gives, and I think another you mentioned. So when the yogi meditates upon the super soul,
Mhm.
yeah, is that they can see also the super soul within the heart, yeah,
Yeah.
and that from that point, is it like then they exchange also the loving services with each other,
There is
like,
also one can render services to the Lord in the form of Paramatma. Yeah. These are the prayers. Yeah. In Bhagavatam, we see in second canto that they also experience bliss. Yeah. And because they are experiencing such a bliss, then they. One second. Because they are also experiencing bliss. Yeah. They continue in their yogic practices, and then they get more closer, because that is also a realization of the Lord's form, right? Which is also a personal form. And rendering services, yeah, there is this one renders service through mind. What do we call this? Manasa puja. Yeah, that they can offer all, and then please the Lord. I do not know what capacity of happiness they get, and how is it compared with worshipping the Lord, uh, who is in the external manifestation. I don't know. So definitely they are doing, and this is what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, that a yogi is doing it with pleasure. He experiences bliss, of course. How much, I don't know. And is he able to offer services? I see that based on this, there is also a limitation of exchanging services with the Lord. Yeah. Yeah.
yes, Prabhuji, yeah. Yes, Prabhuji, yeah. Thank you. Like I was thinking about the Dhruv Maharaj, na? He meditating upon the super soul in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you can fix your mind. So that is the purpose of that. So we can go more inner. Yeah. And even Lord Brahma was meditating, right? So he was also meditating, and then getting a realization. And then the Lord is manifesting out and giving instruction. I mean, in the case of Dhruv Maharaj.
Yes, Prabhuji, yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. But yeah, so there could be even a better answer. Maybe we can look for it. Yeah, maybe you can write this question to me. Later I'll check further. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji, yeah.
Okay. Then this next verse, who would like to read? One who is new, like to read. Sagar Prabhu, would you like to read? If you are not outside.
Oh, yes, bro. Sorry, it took a while. Give me just 1 second. I'm just opening it in my thing because the words are a bit small for me.
I can zoom here. Can read here.
No, it's open for me now. Okay, I'm starting.
Mhm.
Ya evam veti purusham prakritim cha gunai saha sarvada vartamanopi nasabhuyo vijayate. Okay, translation. One who understands this philosophy concerning material nature, the living entity, and the interaction of the modes of the nature is sure to attain liberation. He will not take birth here again, regardless of his present position. Perfect. Clear understanding of material nature, the super soul, the individual soul, and their interrelation makes one eligible to become liberated and turn to the spiritual atmosphere without being forced to return to this material nature. This is the result of knowledge. The purpose of knowledge is to understand distinctly that the living entity has by chance fallen into this material existence. By his personal endeavor in association with authorities, saintly persons, and a spiritual master, he has to understand his position and then revert to spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness by understanding Bhagavad Gita as it is explained by the personality of Godhead. Then it is certain that he will never come again into this material existence. He will be transferred into the spiritual world for a blissful eternal life of knowledge. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you. So this verse is saying the benefit of what will happen if we understand this. One who understands this philosophy concerning material nature, Prakriti, Jivatma, and the interactions of the modes of nature is sure to attain liberation. He will not take birth here again, regardless of his present position. So in the purport, we understand this indicates the result of the knowledge that we acquire. Krishna is saying all this knowledge, right? So he's saying what is the benefit or what should be the benefit? What should the benefit we should look for? Is it a relief from suffering? It's a liberation and return to the spiritual world. That is very important. It is not just freedom from suffering. If we are looking only freedom from suffering, then we are still in a bodily conscious level where we are thinking, oh, I am suffering, I am looking for a solution. Someone gave this Pepsi, someone gave this Coca-Cola, someone gave McDonald's. All these things, they say, hey, you take them and you will be happy. How many times have been cheated with this formula? Why? Because that nature of enjoying to get free from suffering is in our heart, very, very deep. Why? Because that is the nature of the soul. The soul is what? Soul is enjoyer. But we need to understand that how can we get enjoyment or happiness from matter? No, it is illusion. When we understand this, then we want to give up this material world. We want to give up this material existence or material covering. But if we just think at that level, we may just get some relief. Just like if we what do you call, if we don't know swimming and accident by chance, here the word is used by chance. By chance we fell into this water. We don't know swimming. What will happen? What will happen? You're drowning in the water, and we are drowning in the water, then there is no more oxygen, you can't breathe, you get into suffocation, but somehow you have moved your hands and legs and did something to save yourself. You came up, and after you come above the water level, you feel a great relief that you can immediately take some breath. But then we don't know how to swim out forever. Did we learn swimming? No. Then again you drown, and again no. Finally you understood that swimming is very important. let me learn swimming so that I can always enjoy the matter and then I can swim. Isn't a good idea? Parth Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Huh? Isn't that cool idea? What about others? What do you say? Is it cool or not?
Yes, Prabhuji, very cool.
Very nice idea.
Yes.
Vasanlila Mataji. After all, now we have mastered how to swim. Isn't it nice? Mahesh Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
What will happen? How long can you swim? 1 hour? 2 hours? 1 day? How long can we? Are we actually then starts enjoying? Are we still struggling? Oh, I have to swim, otherwise I get drowned again.
Until we fulfill our enjoyment and the energy which we have within.
The capacity, facility, the guna and karma.
Yeah.
And afterwards, what is that? No battery. What will happen? We drown, isn't it? So what is happening is that do we want to get into that situation where, okay, I have some energy, let me use it up, and no, come on, there is some way. No, we are very, very risking ourselves. This is again comes to this recording. Of course, Maharaj didn't say that as it is, but we see that when we want to swim, there is also a danger. What is the danger? At any moment, we may lose our strength. At any moment, okay, if it's not me, but even if I have strength, can I swim against those dangerous sharks, those dangerous whales, those dangerous waves?
No, we can't.
Yeah, we may think that, oh, I'm now enjoying. After all, swimming is for what? Swimming is for relaxation, right? It's one of very nice recreation and regeneration. But we don't want to be in that state of swimming all the time where if you don't do anything, then you're gone. Or even if you do something, still there are other factors that may, that may affect you. We don't want that. Right? What do you say, Satish Prabhu? So we are looking not just liberation. This is very important, because even if one attains the liberation stage, but still, if he doesn't know what is the purpose, if he still doesn't recognize his real identity as a servant of the Lord, and his real position is to seek pleasure by what? By offering pleasure to the Lord, then there is no big benefit, because we are getting relief, but again suffering. Relief, suffering. So in this world, there are so many expert swimmers. One has established good business. He is swimming. How long can his business go on?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, one small question, sorry to interrupt. You spoke about liberation here, Prabhuji, giving the example of swimming, right? So what is true liberation, Prabhuji? Is it reaching Krishna and Kolokam? Or as some of the acharyas and alvars say, like they are so, I don't know, obsessed is the right word, but maybe I'm using it. They're so, very much attached towards the Archavatara form of a Lord, say it's Srirangam or at Tirumala, that they say that they want to be born in the same divine place. Like Periyarva says, even as an ant or an insect, he wants to be born in Tirupati. So I'm confused. What is
liberation?
True?
Liberation are, there are multiple grades. One is, we are talking about mukti, and another one is vimukti. Mukti is what we are talking here as liberation, moksha. Yeah. So moksha is one of the muktis means freedom from suffering, freedom from conditioning. Liberation means to be free from conditioning is what liberation. Yeah. So when we are talking here, it's about in the purport if you see, there is this. Where is that? Yeah. So liberated, to become liberated and turn to the spiritual atmosphere. First stage of liberation is to come out of the clutches of material energy and its influence. That is what is liberation. Yeah. Did that answer your question, Satish Prabhu?
Yes,
To
Prabhuji.
be free from the influence of material nature is liberation. And what the Alvars, the references that you have brought, is telling is that they want to be eternal servant of the Lord, whether they want to take birth again here, or they want to be placed anywhere, wherever. That is actually devotee, bhakta. What is he aspiring? Is he aspiring for moksha? No, he is not aspiring for moksha, because in moksha you cannot engage in active service of the Lord.
Exactly, Prabhuji. That was my doubt, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
So when you get moksha, then you become one and part of the Lord, where you are not separable.
You are one and part of the Lord in the Brahma Jyoti. Just imagine that you have one candle.
Mhm.
I have one candle. All of us have one candles. And all these candles, when we bring in front of the sun, do we see these candles still lit up on? No.
No, Prabhuji.
In the sunlight, do we see? But when the sunlight is not there, we still can see the candles.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So every individual has its own identity, but when we see all, we see as if it's merged.
Correct. So my question is, Prabhuji, like, what should we aspire for, Prabhuji? Like the service of the Lord for eternity, or becoming one part of the bigger sun? What?
Being in the eternal, I mean, as I said, what is the use of you as a candle, one candle going into a sun, right? What is it? Are we doing anything to it, to the sun? Nothing, right?
Nothing, Prabhuji. Yes,
Uh,
Prabhuji.
is your little candle enabling the sunlight intensify?
No.
I'm just giving as a matter of what are we rendering in this Brahman realization stage. We are not rendering a huge amount of service. We are not actually doing service. Then you start thinking, what is the purpose of, after all this, bringing this candle in front of this sun disk? You're doing anything? Nothing. No, nothing you are able to do. You'll not relish it. You'll not enjoy it. And then you say that, okay, rather than that, at least if I am individual, then I start appreciating how individual I can do something. And that's why again you take form of whatever as a human, and then again carry out from there to engage in the service by realizing the Lord's full form, not just Brahman, not Paramatman, but actually Bhagavan. So in that way, then you see, oh, there is this great opportunity of service. It's not just, okay, I am one in a what do you call, if you see that there are people who are watching, right? If you go to a movie theater, right? Or not a movie theater, if you're going on a magic show, in a magic show, there are so many people who are audience. If you're just sitting as an audience, what are you doing? You're just enjoying, right? Just imagine how nice if you are giving enjoyment to others. That is considered more higher, right?
True, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Isn't it? Then, for example, okay, now I get on. So, how nice if you can hear to Annamaya Kirtanas that are happening, that are sung. It is so nice. And then you'll also think, hey, why can't I also sing for the Lord? So that gets into active service. Hearing also, Shravanam is also active service. But what I'm saying is, then you are getting like you're absorbing yourself more, not just only with hearing, but also hearing and singing.
Absolutely, Prabhuji. Yeah. So, yeah. Got it, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay.
So here, this is what I mean. If we understand, if we see the summary of this is that if we understand who I am, I mean all the signs, that is the knowledge that Lord has given, then there is no more birth. One gets free. He gets liberation. No more birth. This is nice. But what is very important is not just liberation, but actually connecting to the spiritual atmosphere. So this is a means to actually go to our final destination. Now, Jayashree Mataji, you have booked a flight from Delhi to Germany via Abu Dhabi. Yeah. Now your flight has taken off and it brought you to Abu Dhabi, and it's not going any far. Are you happy?
No, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Your final destination is to be in Germany, but then you're stuck at Abu Dhabi. You don't like it.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So just getting to a stage of liberation will not bring us forward. But we have to understand that this liberation is giving us a freedom to do what? To actually continue our journey to the final destination. So that is the reason the Lord is saying, if we hear to him, yeah, because Lord is Upadrashta and Anumanta, if we hear to him because he's our friend, because he is right next to us in the same body, both he is there and I am there. And if I hear to him, then what is happening? Not just liberation. Liberation is not so important, but we are actually returning back to the spiritual world, because that is the place where we belong to. The purpose of knowledge is what? Yeah, in the purport, Prabhupada is saying, to understand the living entity has fallen into this material world in a precarious condition. And now here the word used is by chance. Yeah. We also hear in some other references, nothing happens by chance. But what is the context here is we took a chance. We know very well what happens, what could happen. We took a chance. Adirasa Prabhu, if you are given full free will to use however you want to do it how you want to do it, right?
Yes, Prabhuji, correct.
Yeah. Are you not taking a chance of how you want to do it?
Yeah, chance, yes.
And
Maybe
then
wrong.
you are also saying, oh, let me do this. Lifting 100 kilos. Yeah, I think it's stupidity, but let me take a chance. Who knows? I may lift. We may think, no, I'm in full consciousness, full intelligence, 100 kgs, no one have done, I have not done. But we think, okay, what is harm to use? Give a try. There is no harm. When we tend to think that I have no harm, then what will happen? We dare to do it. We take a chance. And when we understand that material energy is also energy of whose energy it is? The Lord's energy. And okay, I can do 100 possible things, and in that 100 possible things, this is also possible, because this is also a possibility. Okay, I would like to do this also. By his personal endeavor in association with authorities, saintly persons, and a spiritual master can be underlined in every purport, because spiritual master is the one who is opening our doors to whatever we are telling here. We don't want to go through this cycle of birth and death. Okay, freedom. That is also granted by the spiritual master. Not only that, he is also giving a seal-proof permanent solution, not a temporary solution like you go and come back, not like a swimming, like, okay, as long as you have strength, you are swimming, and no strength, then you're drowning. And again, this person is coming and saying, okay, let me lift you up. No, he is giving us that solution where we will not drown anymore. spiritual master's position. He has to understand his position and then revert to spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness by understanding Bhagavad Gita as it is explained by the personality of God. There need not be any interpretations. If the message is clear, of course, the message can be shared, expressed to others or to ourselves in our own ways, but we cannot minute or we cannot dilute the message of Godhead. I don't know, we didn't come across that purport yesterday. There is this, so many swamis, sannyas, so-called sannyasis, they call, there is Daridra Narayan, there is Swami Narayan, there is so many names given, but these are not approved in the Shastras. Out of concoction, out of comfort, out of benefit, all these things have come. No, Bhagavad Gita, these are the words from the lotus mouth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and when we take them as it is, then our life is successful. What is he saying? Is he saying just to stop at liberation? No. He is clearly saying that, hey, I am there to facilitate you to go back right to the end. What is that spiritual world? So that you don't have to take birth and death forever. Then it is certain that he will never come again into this material existence. He will be transferred into the spiritual world for a blissful eternal life of knowledge. Any question before we close this last verse? No? Okay, then we go through this last verse. Who would like to read this?
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, can you scroll down a little bit?
Okay, your Sanskrit.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dhyanenatmani pashyanti kechidatmanatmana अन्य सांख्येन योगेन कर्म योगेन चापरे. Translation: some perceive the super soul within themselves through meditation, others through the cultivation of knowledge, and still others through working without fruitive desires. Purport: the Lord informs Arjuna that the conditioned souls can be divided into two classes as far as man's search for self-realization is concerned. Those who are atheists, agnostics, and skeptics are beyond the sense of spiritual understanding, but there are others who are faithful in their understanding of spiritual life, and they are called introspective devotees, philosophers, and workers who have renounced fruitive results. Those who always try to establish the doctrine of monism are also counted among the atheists and agnostics. In other words, only the devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are best situated in spiritual understanding, because they understand that beyond this material nature are the spiritual world and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is expanded as Paramatma, the super soul in everyone by cultivation of knowledge, in everyone, the all-pervading Godhead. Of course, there are those who try to understand the supreme absolute truth by cultivation of knowledge, and they can be counted in the class of the faithful. The Sankhya philosophers analyze this material world into 24 elements, and they place the individual soul as 25th item. When they are able to understand the nature of the individual soul to be transcendental to the material elements, they are able to understand also that above the individual soul, there is a supreme personality of Godhead. He is the 26th element. Thus, gradually, they also come to the standard of devotional service in Krishna consciousness. Those who work without fruitive results are also perfect in their attitude. They are given a chance to advance to the platform of devotional service in Krishna consciousness. Here it is stated that there are some people who are pure in consciousness and who try to find out the super soul by meditation, and when they discover the super soul within themselves, they become transcendentally situated. Similarly, there are others who also try to understand the Supreme Soul by cultivation of knowledge, and there are others who cultivate the Hatha Yoga system and who try to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead by childish activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Ram Prabhu. So the last line is nice, na? Childish activities.
Yeah.
So now we try to understand. So the super soul, because when we say that Lord is present, how to understand, how to perceive the super soul, there are three ways given in this verse, and there will be further other way which is mentioned in the next verse. Here in this verse, first there is classification of two kinds of conditioned souls. One is faithful and another one is faithless. Faithful are the one who are introspective devotees, philosophers and workers who have renounced fruitive activities. Workers who renounce fruitive activities, who are in karma yoga, who are practicing karma yoga, and philosophers who are practicing what? Jnana yoga. And introspective devotees are hatha yogis. So in that way, we see there are three categories of faithful conditioned souls, and then all others belong to what? Atheistic, agnostic, even skeptic, atheistic, and they are beyond the sense of spiritual understanding. They can't understand that can spirit exist? What is actually spirit? I can't see the spirit. Can you show me the spirit? Rab Raghav Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And what we can't see, we can't accept. We don't believe in it. There are proofs. Even air, if you put in, what is it called? What is this cathode ray tube, right? You can see atoms. What is the answer then? Can we see the soul? Okay, soul I can't see. Super soul I can't see. What is the answer? We understand it through symptoms. Did we see the mind? But does mind exist or not? Satish Prabhu? Do we have mind or not?
Yes, Prabhuji, I think we have mind.
Can you show me, please?
Okay. Now we have brain and then we have conscious, maybe both these.
We are talking about mind. Let's stick to only mind.
No, Prabhuji, I think we.
Yeah, you can take support of anyone. Show me mind.
But I think I remember Dinanath Prabhu, sent me, I'm just quickly going there. There is a nice illustration of.
Subtlety of the mind intelligence.
Yes, subtle body.
Cannot be seen.
Yeah.
What we cannot see, does it mean that it doesn't exist?
No, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji.
That is first postulate. So we can't say that what we don't see doesn't exist. Definitely, there's so many things. Australia, I cannot see with my eyes from here, but doesn't it exist? It exists. Right? No, someone else has seen. Yes, someone else has seen the soul. Who are they? Yeah. Three classes of men have seen super soul. Who are they? This is what is mentioned here. So if we just like how if I think Ram Raghav Prabhu, you were in Australia, right, before?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, you have seen, and if you tell me, I am accepting, right?
Yeah.
And similarly, if someone who is a yogi, if he is able to introspect and understand how soul is present, I can accept. Or even if such introspective devotee, I don't know whether he has really introspected or is he just waking up. Yeah. So then we have what? Jnana yoga, Jnana yogi, people who are philosophers who have understood Bhagavad Gita as it is. Okay, maybe this book, come on, way long back, many thousands of years ago, it was there, and then I don't know. And then the third option is what? Cultivation of knowledge is over. And then still others through working without fruitive desires. By working without fruitive desires, what is happening? One is getting happiness. Haven't we seen this? If I am doing work for my own pleasure, I am bound to it. Whether happiness will come, I'll be happy. If it doesn't come, I'm sad. But when I'm rendering service to others or not even expecting result, I'm seeing that, oh, there are so many things. Why on earth it happened that a person has got first rank? Did he really only work? That's why he got it? In our college days, have we not seen people who didn't study, but they just wrote and they got a better mark than us? No experiences? Why bad things happen to good people? Is it only that, oh, I am soul, or it's only this body? No, there is beyond this body, there is higher energy, and that higher energy we are calling it as spiritual energy. And what is that? Super soul. So in that way, there are three the devotees. Even if we see devotees, the devote, and then the further explanation is given. Devotees of the Lord are best situated in a spiritual understanding, because they know that beyond the material nature are spiritual world and the Supreme Lord who expands as Paramatma. So the devotee has what? Complete understanding that it's not that Lord is only present in our heart as a Paramatma. Lord is not only all pervading as Paramatma in every atom. It's not that Lord is all pervading as Parabrahma, Param Jyoti, Brahma Jyoti, So Brahma Jyoti. No, he is also having his own home. He also has his own activities. When we know, oh, he has so many activities, then how can I serve him? By serving, then I establish relationship. By establishing relationship, then I'm happy, because in our relationship, let's say, Varsanalila Mataji, won't you be happy if Dinath Prabhu is happy?
Yes, Prabhuji. If he is happy, yeah, I'll be definitely very happy.
Yeah. Vice versa, Dinath Prabhu, will you be happy if Varsanalila Mataji is happy?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, but if I think long back I remember this question you asked, that if Krishna appears, she is saying that okay, I'm happy that she is happy, but if Krishna appears, that she will go, she will leave everything and she will go definitely.
No. That question is still a different thing. That question is how determined are we? How clear are we?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That if Krishna is coming and saying, hey, come. After all, you are all doing the japa, you are doing this devotion, bhakti, everything to come to me. And now I have come to take you. And who is ready to go? It's still nice, a good question. Anytime we can put, what is the public response?
Yes, Prabhuji.
What others say? Are we ready to go? Satish Prabhu, golden opportunity. Lord will not come so often. If he comes, are you ready?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah?
Yes, for sure.
For sure. If he's coming and asking, then what about your mom, whatever your sister, whatever your friends? You're ready to give them up? You didn't think so much, huh?
Yeah, probably I will think, okay, my sister is there to take care of my mom and vice versa. So I think I will be ready to go, Prabhuji, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay. See, Vasanila Mataji, you have someone who can join you. If the Lord comes, right? So there is also Satish Prabhu. Others, are you also ready? There is no much time to think. If the Lord is coming and is calling, what do you want to do? Are we ready to go? Sagar Prabhu? On our marks to just run.
Difficult to answer. Don't know.
Very hard to answer. Huh? Okay. Yeah.
Prabhuji, many times we are a little bit hesitant because maybe we are not fully convinced that the Lord will take care of everything. But I think if Lord is coming personally and in telling, then I think that conviction should be at that time very strong, and we should be ready then, because then we know that okay, God takes care of the dependence on us.
Yeah, we'll ask so many questions to Lord. Yeah, if we have such a that Lord, can you take care of this, my dog? Can you take care of my house? Can you take care of my family? Can you take care of that? Can you take care of this? Yeah, and even if Lord is saying yes, still we are thinking how likely. Yeah, are we so convinced saying no? What will society think? Yeah, when Panduranga Vittal, no, Bhakta Tukaram, when what happened? His wife, she didn't come, right? Yeah, when Tukaram said come, she's still thinking about family. Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, he decided to stay back for the children.
Yeah. See, isn't it correct to stay back? But Krishna is there, na? If you have faith, then Krishna will take care.
Yes.
Anyway, the topic, this question we can always put to see, understand how we are having faith in Lord, that he is the one who can take care of everyone very nicely, far better than us. But still we are thinking of so many things. I am the only person who is earning livelihood for the family. Oh, I cannot leave it. In the case of Ratnakar, what happened? He was thinking all the time that he is taking care of the family, right? Huh? Who knows who is this Ratnakar?
It's Muni Valmiki.
He was thinking that he is the one who is, without him, the family will starve to death. So he was killing, robbing, and all those things. But then when spiritual master comes, then only we can get free from all these things. What do you say, Hemagori Mataji? It is so important that a spiritual master is helping us to cut all these ties to so many things that we have. What do we call? You know that you take a thread, and this thread, if you let it loose, yeah, what will happen? It will go and tie itself to so many things, and in the end, you don't know. It becomes a jigsaw puzzle. We don't know how to come out of this puzzle.
Yes, Prabhuji.
It becomes so difficult that as if, okay, I can come this way, but no, this thread is there. I can come that way, no, this thread is there. No, I have that relation, I have this work, I have that responsibility. So many threads are there, and Krishna is waiting for us. Of course, Krishna has a flute that he can always continue playing. That's nice. But how long should we keep him waiting?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Deepali Mataji.
So many people are thinking, Prabhuji, who is taking responsibility of my family by earning, no? So what Lord is doing?
Yeah.
Don't know. How can they think? But many overconfident people are, no? What your Lord is doing, because I am the only one who is earning. Yeah. And because of me, you can eat, you can wear, you can, so don't know, Prabhuji, what is this?
There are so many people who are not working, still able to maintain families. Isn't it?
I think they must be, don't know about that.
No, I'm just telling, we know it, right? So we know that if Lord wants to facilitate, he can definitely, We have to do what we are supposed to do. It doesn't mean that only because we are doing, that's why everything is happening. We have this tendency that because I am a karma yogi, I work hard because of work only I'm pleasing the Lord, because of work only I'm taking care of my family, I'm doing my duty. Otherwise, if I don't do my duty, then I am fallen. Let me do my duty. But in this doership, what is very important? Not to take credit of fruit, right? We should work. That is the purpose we are here. Through this process of working only we get purified. But again, in this work, if we still take credit rather than getting freedom, we get more conditioned. That's why we see some people who work for hours together. We have our famous Dinath Prabhu. Of course, still he works. Who work, and work, right? What will happen? Still, I don't know. Are you paid more for it?
No, Prabhuji. But now I'm not working that much.
Yeah. Now you know the secret. No?
Yeah.
That's where we start balancing, that we understand that, okay, but by overworking, what am I getting? As long as I understand that the fruit is to be offered to the Lord. It's not my credit that because of me. First place, are we thinking that I'm getting this job because of my own hard work? There are so many hard workers than us, right? Deepali Mataji, if we go on the streets now, we see in Calcutta, I mean, I didn't go to Calcutta, but we can see so many are pulling rickshaws. How much hard work it is than me sitting in a couch, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
They work even more hard than me, then they should get more compensated, right? Yeah. So which means what we are getting is already a blessing of the Lord, that okay, for this little work or whatever we are getting a lot. We are even paid in euros, not even in rupees. So where is this coming from? So we should understand that I work, but still the result is given by the Lord. And there are people, so many, who are working, but if Lord doesn't want to give, it will not come, whatever they may do. So this understanding of it is only work which is everything has to be tuned such a way that we understand that working we have to do, but still without what? Expectation, without thinking that this satisfaction, right? Whatever you are saying, that okay, because of my working only I am in this position, that itself again binds one. Why? Dinath Prabhu, what will happen if you think that your boss will be very happy, he will say he will give you one more project? Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, Prabhuji, we get conditioned to the result because we are so attached to it. I mean, in anything, I mean, be it studies or because we are so attached to the result, the mode of passion kicks in and we keep on doing the same cycle again and again.
Yeah. If on the other hand, we know how to manage our work, most of the time we don't know how to manage our work. That's why we do more work. Right? I don't know if I said it properly and clearly. We do a lot of work because we don't know how to manage our work. Satish Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. In fact, I was also having some thoughts here. Yeah. If you're good at work, Prabhuji, then, more, I don't know, ambition or greed, how do you call it, kicks in. We want to do more. We get into this, catch 29 situation.
Yeah, catch 22. Yeah, we are locked in it, deadlocked.
Yeah.
You do that, you are stuck. If you don't do, you are stuck. In the end, no way out. Yeah, Sagar Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. I think it's actually absolutely clear that the family is actually running not because of us, but in general, because of the Lord. In fact, not just the family, but the entire world, right? I think the confusion which I had at least was there is this oath that we take as well when we get into this wedlock, exactly. And we also know that Lord himself has said that he prefers in one of the chapters, right? He prefers people who are in this samsari and fulfills the responsibilities rather than the sannyasis who leave everything and abandon and leave away go away from the responsibility, right? I think that was the factor which I wasn't sure of. Can we override that because the Lord himself has called in this case for your question? Or would we have to be? And the other thing which was also playing in my mind is that story of Kadma Mahamuni, where he has did tapasya for 10,000 years. When the Lord appeared, he did not ask for moksha. He asked for the best wife. And the Lord himself is in tears, which is like a one-off thing, which has never ever happened. So I guess those were the things which were kind of
confusing. So if we take first thing about vivaha, when we talk about vivaha samskar, vivaha is a prescribed duty, prescribed ceremony, prescribed means. So that's why we accept it as an approved way of living. Otherwise, we know what happens when there is no commitment. What will happen? There is only babychari. What the whole society gets contaminated and polluted. That's why there is a guideline to take care. Bharta means master. Master, what is the duty of a master? To be servant of the servant. What is the master duty is? To ensure the safety of who? Bharya. Bharya means a person who is offering service. So these are the conditions, these are the, what do you call this, agreement. In front of the Lord, we are committing that to live a harmonious life, we or I as a master, I am taking care. Just like when you buy a cow, is it not your responsibility to take care of the cow? Yes, right? So, okay, now here we are not buying a wife, but what the point here is that through the shastric rituals, what we are doing is we are establishing that I commit to take care. So that is the purpose of, first of all, taking vow of what? Giving protection. And now, when we are leading a grihastha life, and if we keep the Lord in the center, all our activities are actually towards protection of my family. Sagar Prabhu, because this is very, very nice. When we're talking about protection, what kind of protection are we really talking? Are we just telling a protection against some financial crisis? Or are we telling a protection against some attacks? Are we talking about defense? What kind of protection are we promising? So when we are talking, when we are saying that, I am always with you in all these kind of situations, I am there with you. It is kind of a companionship that we are saying that we will be there during your tough time, good time, and all these times I am there with you. And that too, I am signing the contract in front of fire. Now the question is coming, which is obviously if Krishna is coming and asking, in the case of Tukaram, what happened to Tukaram? Now we go to a next level. We are talking about not within the remits of what is this called? Vidhi. There is Bhagavat Vidhi, and then there is Varnashram. Varnashram Vidhi is telling us what we have, as you said, in the marriage wedlock. That is what is happening there. Until we are completely purified, until we have this conviction that Lord, you are my Lord, there is nothing else, no second thought. we are still in a immature state of giving up our responsibility, because responsibilities are bringing us through this purification process, and through this purification process we are elevating to understand the Lord's position in our life. When just by knowing and just by for some time knowing, right? So which means now if Lord is coming, yeah, and if he's calling us, what should I do? Yeah, how much desire still I have? I'm not purified, I'm not qualified, I'm not ready. Why I have attachment? These attachments are three kinds. Again, attachment in the mode of goodness, attachment in the mode of passion, attachment in the mode of ignorance. Whatever it is still an attachment. And with attachment, what can we do? Can we really go? No, right? Only when we come to this complete absorption of always meditating on the Lord, where what happened when Tukaram was given the a job to take care of field, I think, right? I mean, I don't remember very clearly. Then he was still busy singing. He's completely absorbed. So now in which remit he is? Is he still in the remit of this worldly affairs? And as long as we are in the remits of worldly affairs, we have to take the support of Varnashram system. What is that? There is also Brahmacharya, there is Grihastha, there is Vanaprastha, there is Sannyas. But once we appreciate that we are going beyond this Anartha Nivritti stage, at the moment we are still where we are doing some anarthas. We have so many seeds that are not roasted to powder. So many things are there. With that, can we really give up this golden opportunity of purification? We are not powdered. Just imagine how we make chapati. Are we making with grains or with powder?
Powder.
What kind of powder? Proper polish, right? The more it is, yeah, the better it is. Yeah, you can actually start, yeah, making a dough of it, and then you can just imagine with wheat grains, can we make a dough? No, we can't make. So to solve this confusion, are we ready or not? It all depends in our level. What level are we? If the Lord is coming, it's so nice. Hey Lord, so great of you. But I'm not there. I have so many diseases. I have so many desires. I have so much conditioning. I have all these attachments. With that, what can I serve you? Better get me further chance that I really want to get purification. More purified, more refined, more powder. Then once I become eligible for becoming, what is this? When we want to make this Ganesh Murti, right? Plaster of Paris or from mud or whatever, it should be properly refined. Until that, yeah, let this grinding process go on. Yeah, I don't know. So did this answer part of your question or confusion?
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, and now comes to the sage who is asking for best wife. Yeah, if we have this attachment or if we have anything, then there is always a need. A facility should be there, right? So if we can't just say, hey, I have now become a yogi and just become, and as soon as I see a woman on the street, my heart is pulling, my mind is carrying, I'm always thinking how to enjoy the object. Such a sannyasi, is he really a sannyasi? No. Rather than that, as you said, Shlok, that is referring Grihastha, who is a devotee, is far better than a sannyasi who is not a sannyasi. Rather than that, that is why we take shelter of this Varnashram system where, okay, we are allowed to do within the limits of law of nature. If we don't, just imagine walking on, Kadam Kanan Maharaj usually refers, a sannyasi is like walking on a high, what do you call high ropes, yeah. in circus, right? We see that there is one pole, another pole, and between this pole there will be one thread. Tight ropes, huh? What is it?
Tight rope.
Tight rope. Tight rope. Sannyasis are like they are walking on that one rope. Can we walk on it? Huh? No. Come on, everyone is saying I can. No, Prabhu, you are a great devotee. You can become sannyas. And I think, oh, is it so? Let me start walking on that rope. What will happen? Huh? I'll just fall. So we have to really understand our position that, Lord, it's all your greatness that you have come to pick me up, but my condition is so horrible that I have so many desires. I have this. Rather, engage me in your service that I purify properly. And what is that service? Yeah. Until that, there is this grihastha or varnashram system. So it is very important. Krishna is saying that, what is that in this movie, right? What is it? I don't know if you all have seen in Telugu. There is a very nice movie, Swarna Kamalam. Yeah? In that, the lady has high dreams. Yeah? She is ready to give up all the good qualities that her parents has given. In the end, for what? She realizes the point that Swadharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharma payavaha. So it says that other things which are not ours, if we go into that, it is very dangerous. So we have to put this question, check ourselves and understand, am I there or not? Am I there or not? And by, and we may sometimes give good credits, right? We may think, no, I am ready. Or I may say, no, I am not at all ready. Some people are pessimistic, some people are optimistic. And how can we be realistic? Sagar Prabhu, how can we be realistic? That is a challenge, right? That is actually a challenge. That's why we don't know what should we do or not.
Yeah.
Who can bring us to realistic is the spiritual master. A guru is telling as it is, because he wants that we get completely powdered, so refined that we are suitable for the job, suitable for the service. So the spiritual master role, again, as said, every day we should remember the spiritual master, guru. Why? Because he is the one who can save us, who can give us a realistic understanding. It's not through me. I may think, oh, I am not at all glorified. Oh, that's so nice. But in reality, does it mean that you don't work at all because you're not qualified? No. Start from somewhere. You do these small things, then you become qualified. You do these things, then you will learn. And in that way, the spiritual master engages his disciples into services. And these services helps one to go above those conditioning of not believing in ourselves or over believing ourselves. I think Path Prabhu was saying overconfidence. So all these things, who a guru can, we cannot see ourselves. Whatever we either give more points or less points. We may think, come on, how guru will know me? Guru, how many days I spend with him? Hardly 1 day, 2 days, 1 month, few days, or maybe few years. But I have been living in this body since I am born. For 40 years, I am in this body. Who knows better than me? It's me, no one else. Even Guru may not know. Isn't it? Don't we think like that? If someone is coming and telling, Prabhu, you do like this, Prabhu, I can't do it. I know very well about me. I am not qualified. I know I can't do. No. So much we think that, hey, the other person doesn't know about us at all. Now let's put the same scenario in terms of a patient and a doctor. Does the doctor know more or the patient know more about you? Sagar Prabhu? About your disease, who knows better?
The patient itself.
We think that we think that we know a lot. Yeah. but we don't know. We only know the symptoms. We don't know how big is this problem. Is it so big or not? Sometimes we see some doctors are really tired, that the patients keep coming and telling, doctor, I have big problem. And the doctor, after all his scans and everything, he says, no, after all, if you take vitamin B12, then all these problems are gone. Did we imagine it is so simple? Patient is coming only from what? From his experience. Whereas doctor is speaking from what? Knowledge. What is superior? What is superior?
Knowledge.
Knowledge. That's why we are paying to him, right? We are not going to any other patient. Hey, you also have headache. Tell me what. And are we paying to him? No. We're going to a doctor, and doctor is qualified and he has knowledge. He has solution. We pay to him. And we are very grateful to him. So to be on, I think overall, anyway, we have consolidated the point here that we have to be very realistic to ourselves, who we are, how we are. And based on that, we should take a call. It's so nice, the Lord is coming, then we can say, so Lord, you have come, now I can escape all this suffering. How can I say no, Lord, if you have come? After all, you are my master, if you want to. But even if you take me, these are my challenges. Open up. And still after that, if Lord wants to take, still, because we want to be servants of the Lord, we don't want to be rebels. Saying, no, I have all attachments, until it's purified, I will not come. No, we still understand our situation, we express our situation. This is my condition. If you want to take me, and engage me in your service, and if I can be part of in that service, I'm happy. Okay. Yeah, I think Dina Prabhu has hijacked our session into a different direction. My question was different, but he brought our good old question that we can have time to time, but this is what we can do. The Lord is coming. The point is that Tukaram is already at a high stage and he can do anything because he is completely absorbed. If we are absorbed so much that all the time only Lord, nothing else, then yes, the Lord is coming in his Pushpak Viman, arranging everything, taking us. I think in the end he took everyone, right? I don't remember exactly. Someone who, there was another.
Yes, that's right. When you were saying, you were giving the reasoning, I was able to link some of the things that happened later. After the 9 daughters are born and Kaplam, he actually says it's time for me to go. But then his wife says, give me one more son who can take care of everything. And after the son is born, who is Kapla Maharshi, he leaves everything.
Immediately.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, so he's already having a high conscious. He even agrees that with Swayambhu Manu, right? He said as soon as
during the marriage.
So so in that way he's not. So whatever work is to be done, duty, he did it, and then he leaves. And one son was enough. This is also very important. I mean, every episode in Bhagavatam is so nice. We can take so much from it. One son is enough. If the son is a devotee. Devahuti her life is successful, isn't it?
Yes.
So that is the beauty. If we have a devotee at home, if one member of the family, if one child is a devotee, then the whole generations are blessed. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you so much. And Have a nice Sunday, and it's sunny here at least. How is it in Hamburg? Now all of us would be tuning to the Hamburg weather soon.
Yes, it's also sunny here. A bit cloudy, but
yeah,
sun is there at least.
Yeah, maybe when you have free time, Sagar Prabhu, let's talk if possible today.
Yes, Prabhuji. I think you can give me a call. I mean, today I'm in home only, nothing specific actually. So whenever you have time, simply give me.
Sure. Okay.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhu, just a small update. For the Srinivasa Kalyanam, I think it's like first come first serve basis they have told. So if I may request our Sangha to also make the payment and confirmation, I think that will be because I got a mail yesterday.
Yeah, you know who sent the mail? He's standing here.
Oh, okay.
Sagar Prabhu.
Okay.
So don't worry, even if we are late now, they'll accommodate us. But let's not make it there. Yeah, I got pings from everyone. What do we do? If all of us are willing, all of us want to make best of this opportunity to be in Hamburg, let's go and be part of the Kalyana Mahotsav of Lord Balaji, and which means registrations need to be done. Yeah, and amount, I think, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know the procedure. Huh? What?
Yeah.
And Sagar Prabhu, if we do not have yet plans for Kalyanam, still we can join the festival, or
For now, the plan is that everyone who would like to come, they have to register for Kalyanam.
Okay. So okay, fine. Either Kalyanam or what is that other one?
There are Kalyanam. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Kalyanam is a must. And after that, the add-ons are Ashirvacanam and Laddus and all that.
Ashirvacanam is
That's
add-on.
what we said. Yeah, Ashirvacanam is add-on actually.
Yeah. And Laddu is also, no?
Yeah, Laddu and silver coin.
Laddu.
All of that are add-ons. But if anyone registers for Kalyanam, then they will get one Laddu as a part of the Kalyanam.
Package.
On top of it, if anyone wants more, then they can definitely.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. So if you have any questions, we'll reach out to you. Please help us.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know my number, so.
Yeah. Everyone, anyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So first step is that we'll do the registrations, and then any questions we'll get in contact with. Thank you.
Yes,
and I don't know. As soon as I know about this, I was thinking, do you think there is any possibility to do a kirtan, not only Annamaya Kirtana, but Hare Krishna Kirtan maybe for 15-20 minutes? If there is a certain time window available, or doesn't it fit or not? Just check once.
During the event or in that 3-day time window?
After the Kalyanam, right? Maybe during Ashirvachana, I don't know if there is any program planned. What we could do is during when Ashirvachanam is going on, then maybe Hare Krishna Kirtan, if we could do. That way, it will not disturb the program, I think. I'm just thinking loudly, but just see if there is also some other announcements that will be going on, or if those things happen, then one second.
I think now is fine. Oh no, sorry.
So it's from that side, okay. Fine. Okay. Then just think over it, because it's also a nice opportunity. Everyone will be there, and everyone can take part in it. Because when we are doing Annamaya Kirtana, right? Okay, who are having background, who wants to know, who already knows, they will relish, but they will not actively take part in singing, right? That is the reason I was thinking, if we do Kirtan, then followers, typically you would have seen, right? How everyone can enthusiastically also follow, and in that way they get also blessed.
Yes, definitely, Prabhuji. I'll take this back to the
idea.
committee.
Just see if it's
Okay.
possible. It's interesting, useful. Yeah.
Okay.
Prabhuji, I've shared the schedule and pricing in the chat, Prabhuji, whatever else is.
Fine. Okay, then thank you. We then close the call. Panchakalpatarabhyascha kripa sindhubhyo vacha pattanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dhanyavad.
Hare Krishna.